Yeah.
I'm good. You've got it on here.
I at first I couldn't get it through. That's why I was calling you to see if you could change this. But now I can hear everybody. I see, yeah, I see myself, Chris, and Joanne Murphy. I get, I have to unmute myself.
You just did.
You're good?
You can hear me, Chris?
Yes.
Okay, I guess we're set.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We can't hear him out here.
Yeah,
Can you
you're
hear him?
fine, Dennis.
We can't hear you, then.
You got to get off the phone probably.
Get off.
Joanne says you can hear me. Chris says you can hear me. All right. Can you hear me now, Harold? Donna Polly, can you hear me? Nope, I can't hear her.
No, Dennis.
Oh,
Yes,
I
I
got
can.
you. Okay, I got you now. Where are you
Yeah.
in Aruba?
Yeah, doesn't it look like it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna turn off my phone, I think. I mean, I'm turning off my computer.
Harold, can you hear us? Chris, you can hear, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Can you hear Harold at all?
No.
I can hear you, Dennis, but I'm online. So maybe the people that are in person aren't hearing you.
Yeah, that's what's happening at the in-person meeting in the room there. They're not hearing us for some reason.
I can hear Harold for some reason.
You can hear Harold? Okay.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
You there, Harold? Say hi. Oops. Well, now I don't know.
I'll give Harold a call back. Harold's not answering his phone, so I don't know what we're gonna do.
When I first logged in, I saw him and his wife, and that was only for a brief moment, and then he was gone.
Hey, this is Jack. Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Somebody's out
Who
there.
was that?
It's Chris Garris can hear you.
Great.
Jill Osborne can hear you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Donna Polly can.
I don't have a camera, so you can't see me.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
Harold. No, we can't hear you at all. Everybody else here is talking to each other, but we can't hear you.
Right here. We can hear you, but I don't see Harold.
Can anybody hear Harold?
No.
I cannot hear Harold.
Okay, nobody can hear you, Harold.
No.
I can hear you, Denny. This is Carrie, but I can't hear Harold.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
I didn't even see him listed as being a member of the.
People can hear me through my laptop.
Yeah, I'm on a laptop too, Dennis. But Harold's not even listed as being part of the call for some reason.
Yeah, Harold's not on this list of people that's here right now.
Yeah.
He's in the clubhouse, you guys. That's
Harold,
why.
can you reconnect? Can you guys reboot your You only have your laptop, Harold?
Harold.
I have my laptop, but it keeps going in and out.
Got him.
Okay, you're coming through now.
Yep.
Through my telephone.
Oh, all right.
All right, what we're gonna do is we'll get started. Can you hear me, Denny?
I can hear you.
All right, then what we're going to do before we start today's meeting, I'd like to address adding items to a posted agenda for a condo board meeting in Florida and an owner's right to speak at a board meeting. This is due to owners choosing to attend meetings based on an agenda. This is what and that's how the statute came about. In Florida, condominium board meetings are governed by Chapter 718, 112, 2C, Florida statutes. Once a meeting agenda has been posted at least 48 hours in advance or 14 days for certain matters like budget adoption, the board cannot add new substantive items at the meeting. Owners do not have an automatic statutory right to place items on the board's agenda. The owners do have the right to speak for at least 3 minutes per agenda item during the meeting. For today's agenda, owners will be able to speak for 3 minutes to ask questions on the financial report and updates on projects. Copies of both these items were sent to the owners via email, and if they're not already on the website, they will be shortly. Okay, I just want to get that out. There seems to have been some confusion. With that, Denny, you can start call the meeting to order.
Okay,
So was
we'll
that
call the
Barb?
meeting.
Was that Barb?
Yes, that was Barb. All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Have we got is Dan on here?
Yes, he was.
Is Dan Creviston on here?
Yeah.
Yes, Dan there. I've got Dan. I've got Chris. I've got everybody.
Okay, then we have a quorum of directors.
Correct.
All right. The first item on the agenda is approve the board meeting minutes of April 16th, 2025. Can I have a motion for that?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from April 16th, 2025.
Second?
Second.
Okay, Harold, second it. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Minutes have been accepted unanimously. Harold, you want to give your financial report?
Okay, finance reports for the end of June 30th was transmitted by email to all owners. We had an operating balance in our account of $69,556.26. We've got a total assets minus liabilities of $1,671,000 change that we own and have in various things. CDs, insured cash sweep accounts, CEDAR. So we've got all the money protected by FDIC $250,000 coverage on those accounts. We've got a couple of items that were over for the budget for the year. We had to do some fire extinguisher maintenance that required extra money from the plan, and we did tree maintenance or removal, which exceeds the budget because we were getting ready for the paint job for this year. That's what we were at. But as far as the overall dollars, income versus expenses, we have more income than we have expenses.
Any big questions for Harold?
I have a question. It's Mark. What's our line of sight to the end of the year? Like we have a budget. I got a cold. Sorry. We're forecast. Sorry about
We
that,
have,
man.
Harold, don't explain to him about, we have to have the money
plus
for
or
Sears.
minus? Pardon me?
Yeah, we're I believe that we're going to break even at the end of the year, or we'll have a little excess. Other than that, that's as far as I can tell you right now. This is only for the first 6 months.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Thank you.
Any other questions for Harold? All right, then we'll move on to the next. Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I'm sorry, Denny. Harold, is there any, and this is coming from somebody that's trying to sell and everybody's trying to sell in there. Um, is there any chance of those HOAs coming down at all? And have a idea if they do when, or how's it look?
At this point in time, uh, I don't, I really don't have any good feel for where we're going to be. We did go to our engineers that did our serves and our conditional reserve studies, and because we were told by our attorney that we needed to have, we reduced our serves money requirement last year because of our painting. The painting price that we have for the justified four-story buildings, we had a price of $152,000. They had budgeted $330,000. So we said, we don't need to take that much money out of our owners' pockets. And they were saying, well, you just put it in reserve and you'll have it there. No, that's not the way you make it. So we were told we had to go and get that recalculated and for them to give us a new number. We have done the information to them. We've had a meeting with them 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks.
And we sent them updates to what they transmitted to us, and they have yet to get back to us. That's one of the tasks that Barb and I'll have tomorrow to get a hold of them to find out where it's at. So, but my hope is that they get that corrected just for this year, 2026, 2027. We don't know what their number is going to be for 2027. We have it in that document. You have it when you go online to the website. You can go and look under the reserve studies, and you can see what they said we should be depositing next year. But I don't think that's going to be the exact number that's going to be there. But I don't know what it's going to be.
Wow. Thanks, Harold. That doesn't sound good.
FYI, we gave this information and had a discussion starting in March. And we contacted them in April. And then they said, oh, we didn't receive it. Yes, you did. And we found it. We'll get on it. Then they come back and tell us we've had change in personnel. And say, words, you could be saying nasty words and not in polite company here in the phone.
I can't imagine. That's nuts.
I mean, basically, we've gone and tried to do everything we could do. 'Cause
Yeah, I know you have.
what we did, to keep the numbers down last year, we have to be approved by the engineering department. We might get our hands slapped. We're not sure about that yet. So we're waiting for them to come back and let us know what's happening. And they're just dragging their feet for some reason.
Well, but thanks, you guys. I know you're trying everything you can, so appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions for Harold?
You've got one. I'll pull it up here.
Okay.
The next opportunity to get an update on that status. Will it be the next board meeting or will it be information?
I'm hoping that we will have that information from them and we can accept it within the next several weeks, because what we will do is do the same thing. Once we accept it, then we will post it on the website. Okay, so they're ready for anybody. And Barb, we would send a note out that, check the website, there's an update.
Yes.
Right. And we're doing it not only for the servers, but also the traditional reserve studies, which are for building 10, for the common items that are in the 4-story buildings that are not covered by servers, as well as all the common elements, like you're just one of the common elements right now. So
Thank you.
Harold, Harold, this is Randy and Michelle in 634. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes, we're just wondering why there's such a big discrepancy as far as the painting, how they can quote us 330,000 opposed to 152.
Where do they come up with their numbers?
Yeah.
Easy answer.
Very easy.
The company that we chose, which they were not the highest price and they weren't the lowest price, but they gave us all of the reserve studies, milestones, insurance inspections, and everything. There were 5 things that we got for one price. And we have learned that they use national numbers. That is from all over the United States. They're melded together. And so however much, say, one door cost, that's what they used. And didn't use pricing that is for Southwest Florida, say.
Okay.
And we didn't have control, and it's I'll be honest with you, it's a learning process. SERS was new, nobody knew. We've learned a lot of things. Barb and I went to a briefing last Friday, learned a lot. We are required to do SERS and reserve studies every 10 years. And they recommend that they be updated every 3 years, because when you do the pricing, who knows what the pricing is going to be? You know, if we have a world not cheap, but they also, we did learn that there is what was the term he used for being local in his presentation? I don't know. But the person who made the presentation said his firm used local information because they do that work locally. They build, construct, do the estimates. They've got big engineering firm. So if we had known that, that could have helped us out. And it may influence us going forward, but not today.
Brandy, can you hear me?
Go and get you, do I have another service study?
Ask him, Harold, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Randy. How you doing, buddy? You know what the discrepancy I see here. How can they be off $180,000? This is what gets me. We come in at 152 and they come in at 330.
LA versus Punta Gorda, Florida. That's it. That's the influence. It's not just looking at the local area. I could say if they wanted to take all of Southern Florida and use it as a price, because you would have Miami, you would have Fort Lauderdale, you'd have West Palm Beach, you could have Okeechobee. You know, you have a whole mix of things, and you come up with a dumb price. But this company did not do that, and we were oblivious to even thinking or asking about that.
Also, Harold, you got to tell them that the fact that, this was all brand new.
Right.
And they just went ahead and tried to get as best numbers they could. So they went nationally. That was the way that, from what we're told, that was basically how they got their numbers, because this was so new. They just went and they had to come up with a number as quick as they could. And so they went to the national numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. Harold, can you hear me? Thank you. I appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Any other questions from the floor? From the Zoom? Okay, we'll move on to the next subject. Okay. I sent out a letter on the updates of all the projects we had going and told you where they were, what has happened with them, how they finished up. Has anybody got any questions on that letter of updates?
That was great.
Great letter.
Nobody's got any questions.
I have just one question. When are they going to have the pool done?
I would say it's probably going to be done this week.
Oh, that's
great.
excellent. Thank you.
We're
It's
heading out.
now, that's not in concrete. I'm just saying it's looking like the way they're going, it's going to be done this week.
Well, that's nice.
Thank you, Denny, for
Thank
everything.
you.
All right. Well, if we got nothing else, then I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
Well,
What about comments?
Oh, I'm sorry, comments. Well, that's what I was asking for. Is there any owner comments on the updated projects?
So I
Owners
have
or
a-
board members? Anybody?
Yeah, Denny, I have a question. So when Barbara came on in the beginning and read that things need to be formally on the agenda, that just excluded the item that I was going to talk about, right? COG,
Yes.
the community
Yes,
owners.
Yes, it did.
All right, that's what I thought she was doing. All right, we'll find another way.
Dennis,
Yes,
this is Jack.
Jack Breshaw?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
the 3-minute rule is the minimum you have to allow. Is that correct?
I believe so.
So you could allow 10 minutes if you wished.
The statute just says 3 minutes.
At least.
I don't believe it says at least. It just says 3 minutes.
Mhm.
Now, how you interpret that, we'd have to look into it. We never put a time limit on it. You know, whenever we have a meeting, I let you people talk as much as you want on the topic.
Yeah, that's the way it always had been.
Yeah.
Well, we just
But
want
she was just stating, Barb was just stating what the statutes tell you, what the statutes allow. So she was just letting everybody know what the statutes allow, just to clear up any questions. But if we deem necessary or we feel okay, we can allow longer time.
Well, we just want to say, this is Randy and Michelle again, and we think that the grounds look beautiful. I know you guys work very hard,
We appreciate
and
it.
we appreciate that. And I just wanted to ask, I know over there by the docks and everything, they were fixing the fence. I was just wondering if that's completed or not, or how that project.
Yes, the fence is completed. It's all done.
Oh, great. That's
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you guys very much. I know you work very hard. Thank you. I think it looks
Thank you.
good.
All the projects are done. We finished up the sunroom at the Anderson House. The window dressings are in there. There's a little gap at the top. It turns out that the sill is level. The blinds have to be installed level, but the upper portion where you would attach the blinds to is not level. So he attached them level, and now we're looking into trying to find something that will fill in that gap. Other than that, we still have the mini air conditioners to go in the Anderson house. The guy that's supposed to install them has been dragging his feet like crazy. He's basically a one-man show. And that basically finishes up the Anderson house. The dock is complete and done and paid for.
Looks beautiful.
And with the painting, we've also went back and we resealed and we pressure washed and resealed the pavers, so that'll all be new looking.
Yeah, everything, very nice. Everything looks very nice.
And we just found out on 10, the fountain in front of building 10, some of the bolts vibrated loose and it was only hanging by one bolt. And basically when it was sucking the water up, instead of blowing it out the fountain, it was blowing it out the side in underneath the water into the water. So we got the guys took it out. Of course, it was covered in zebra mussels again. So they cleaned all the zebra mussels off. He's getting new bolts. They're going to paint it blue like the other ones painted. Hopefully that keeps the zebra mussels off. I'm going to put a copper screen around the pump to keep the zebra mussels off of that. And once they get that finished, that thing should be up and running. We're hoping that should be up and running again also. That's something new.
Dennis, this is Jack again. I have one more question for you. If it's okay through the dock committee, would it be okay to put rod holders up on the dock like we used to have.
Yeah, I'd run that past Alex.
Yeah, but if it's okay with him and the committee,
Yeah.
okay with you
Yeah.
guys?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the way it was, and I believe volunteers put them up
correct,
on the thing. That was for the whole nets and pole holders.
correct.
Yeah, yeah, run that by Alex,
I will.
Okay.
Thank you.
hmm
Danny, your community update that you sent out recently did have an update on Harborview. Can you expand on that and just fill us in on where you're at?
Right now, there's been no new news on Harborview. The attorney, the eminent domain attorney, we were offered, everybody got the letter, what we were offered. The attorney said, you don't accept that. That's just their way of getting out of there at the cheapest price they can get out at. Because once you sign, you're done. I told him to go ahead and say no. And he said, if you want, I'll compose a letter, send it back to them. I said, go ahead. The board, when I say I'm talking about the board. And so then he sent that back. Then he sent his survey. You got to remember, our eminent domain lawyer has a whole team. That way, the board that picked them interviewed several eminent domain lawyers. And this eminent domain lawyer has a whole team. He's got surveyors, he's got engineers, he's got contractors, he's got assessors. And they came out after the county handed them all their information that they came up with the price, what based for that price. They now come out and sent their surveyors out, and the surveyors came out and checked everything, gave it back to the engineers. The engineers are putting it all together. Once the engineers get it put together, they send it over to the contractors. The contractors put pricing on it, and then they give it to the assessor, and the assessor puts an amount on it, and then they go back to get it. Now, what would happen with this thing is, let's say they offered us what, $850, something like that. But I'm just tossing that number out. So, like, if we said no, and we come up with they need $1 million. It doesn't stop the project. The project continues on. They give us a check for the $850, and then we go to court for the rest of the money. Nothing stops the project once it's up and running. So right now, it's back into the hands of the eminent domain lawyer. He's putting prices and numbers on it, and he told us when he's got it together, he would get back to us.
Hey, Denny, can I ask you a question?
Yep.
This lady from 634. There was talk, and I don't know how true it is, but the trailer park that's east of us there, the people applied for a soundproofing wall. Is there any way we can get a soundproofing wall for the people that are close to Harborview there? Now they applied.
We were told in the beginning that sound is one of the toughest things to get any money for, and that you'll never get a sound barrier wall like you're seeing along the throughways and stuff. That'll never happen. Now we can, when they give us the money and we go to put a new wall in, we can put a higher wall in, but we would have a real tough time because that whole section just past the Anderson house all the way to the corner, all the way over to the road, our road inside, is woods. That's a sound barrier right there. So to answer your question, we would not get a sound barrier wall.
Unlikely, you don't know till.
I mean, that's what they told us. Nothing is in concrete until you get the check. And then when you get the check, you've got all the drawings and nothing can be changed. But right from day one, they've been telling us sound is the toughest thing to get money for, and you're not going to get any, there's a good chance you're not going to get a wall.
Well, I'm not gonna. I appreciate it, Danny, but I'm just saying what I heard. So
they're
I'm
not
just
gonna replace the wall.
I just heard what they were gonna get, and it wasn't have so much, but it was only not only that, but to help them with a little noise. You ain't gonna stop all the noise. I get that, But they said they were gonna get a little higher wall there, and I was just finding out about it, and it was going through you to see
On our property, the wall will be up to us, not the state, or not the county. They just give you the check to pay for whatever money they come up with that you're going to get. And then we have to go out and get contractors, and we tell the contractor what he's building, how high he's going to go. Well, within restrictions from the county. They're not going to let us put up something really huge, but we'll be able to we have to be able to put up a higher wall to go from the guardhouse to the corner because they're raising the corner 2 feet. They're raising in front of the guard shack a foot. So we have to go with a higher wall.
Are we gonna have any problem with flooding?
Drainage, yeah.
Then I have not seen the drainage drawings. The drainage drawings, they tell us, are taking care of all that.
Okay, we have one here that we've got, you can't see, Denny, so we do have one question here. Go ahead.
This is in regard to the question that was just discussed about the sound wall. Did Rose Landing or our eminent domain attorney request a sound study for that during that thought?
I really can't answer that. I don't know.
Their engineers are looking at it. They might.
Yeah,
request it.
the engineers are looking at it. They might request it. I don't know if they have or have not. We did talk and discuss that several times, but again, we don't know what the final thing is that the county came up with.
I thought it's posted on their website over a year ago. Two of the three training grounds, and one of the neighborhoods along the hill had been approved for a soundproof wall that had us when they completed the project. And they have called on currently on the website saying if you have any questions about sound survey or a sound study, that you need to contact them about that. If we haven't had a sound survey done, we probably should ask about doing that because it's only 54 decibels of noise from anywhere in the property that you would have an outside area. It doesn't have to be inside, it doesn't have to be residential. It could be our common areas.
I'll run that by the next time I talk with the eminent domain lawyer, and I'll talk to him about that.
If that sound study, it'd be nice to know what the results of that was. Not we should request it on my opinion.
Okay, I'll run that by the eminent domain lawyer. Anything else?
Denny, this is Carrie. I have a question if you have just a moment.
Sure.
Sorry for backtracking, but as we all just heard that there was a discrepancy with the painting. When you were reviewing the bids, and then they came back and obviously was not even in the atmosphere of what it should have been. At that point, was there any review done to like getting out of that contract and possibly
Our contract came.
The main
Our
worry is,
contract
are
came-
we going to be like assessed for something?
Carrie, you're getting things mixed up. Our contract that we signed was for the 152,000. The engineers for the Sears study come in at what, Harold, 300-something thousand?
330,000.
Okay. We went back and told them they were wrong to lower their number because we have proof, we have a signed contract that it's going to get done for 150. We're not paying the higher price. We're paying the lower price.
Okay, I completely misheard that then because
Yeah, not a problem.
Okay, thank you for the explanation.
Okay.
We've got another one here, Dan.
I have one follow-up question. Oh, sorry. One follow-up question to the painting project. On the bid on the website that the company doing, they said they'd post a schedule on what the project's timeline was and which building would be affected. Do you know if their intention is still to do that? It's not on there as of today. And I know they just showed up this week, but will other buildings know approximately when that's going to happen, like the other companies that are on the website do?
They had gave us a schedule of starting at the clubhouse, then they're going to building 2, then it'll be 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then the Anderson house. They told us it's approximately, Harold, if I'm not mistaken, it's like 3 to 4 months, and they'll give us updates as they go along. We will notify everybody in the building when they're going to start, because what they'll start with is power washing the carports.
Did you get one yesterday?
Yes, I'm talking about in the bid for the contract and the estimate we got for their deal, part of their services that they itemized was putting a detailed schedule on their website that would say when they were starting the project and at what stage they were doing. They've got 4 other commercial properties that they have that information up on their website about, but ours isn't, we've been listed on their schedule.
Well, Barb, that'd be something you'd have to check with the painters.
So you can also check with them on the doors now that my computer's working.
Okay. We'll check that out and see if we can get that up, listed.
Check first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Brian, 211. We could all decide on what kind of roofs we're gonna get, and say on metal or the other materials that we're also go ahead and say on what color these buildings are gonna be. I mean, this color that they have on their mount is so outdated, it's not even modern. What color are they putting on? Is it gonna be if the building's more modern, or are we going back to 1988 color?
They're painting it the same color that it is. It was originally painted 12 years ago. To do a color change, then it would have been a vote of all 132 units.
It's be considered a material alteration.
Yes.
And the majority of 132 units would have to decide.
So we decided as a board to keep it the same color as it was, because that was the color that the people picked 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Any other questions?
One more.
This question is just about the meeting in general. So if a person that wanted to have an agenda item put on board meeting and to meet the timeline, to give everybody ample time to do that, what is the procedure for doing that as far as who to be notified and at what time frame do we do that?
Barb, you want to answer that?
Sure. Basically, you would have to put a request in right now, knowing that your board has a meeting at least once every quarter per statute. You could ask when the next scheduled board meeting is going to be, what the agenda they have planned. If it's going to be a budget meeting, that would strictly be the budget, but you want to know when a general board meeting is, and then get that out in time so that it could go to, I could get copies to the board, and then the board themselves, the majority plus one, would decide, yes, we'll put that on the agenda, because the board meetings are meetings of the business meetings for the board. But yes, we could do that, but just know that it's even the board members. I send out an email and say, hey, did you get anything specific based on what we've got going? And they have to decide the agenda. The board decides and approves the agenda before it goes out.
Yeah, all the questions that then, with all of the ongoing projects and the magnitude of the dollars that we're talking about these, is there any scheduled board meeting already on the agenda? Because I'm of the opinion as a resident that we should return to having at least one a month like we used to have, be able to be on those projects. Waiting into the quarter makes it too late to have any discussion, input, or whatever before season.
Right now, the next scheduled board meeting, regular board meeting, is November. I don't have a date yet. It's the first part of November.
So those are not scheduled at a time. I did it up quite wondering, did you not schedule year's meetings?
No, I do not schedule a year's meeting. I'll send out and say, we try to make sure, that Kathy's here, what's your schedule? Is anybody traveling? I try to do it when as many can be part of the board, whether in person or via Zoom. And usually there's a 2-week window, and then we go from there. But right now, because of scheduling, the next one, not the budget, there'll be a separate budget meeting, but the next regular one we're scheduling for November.
So are those that basically we would know that, okay, if we had an agenda item, we need to get you by November 1st, or in the first quarter of next year, we know we need to have it by February 1st, whatever. It just feels hard at this point to know. Well, if you have something specific that you're working on that you would like to be considered for the next scheduled board meeting, get it to me as soon as possible so that I can get it to the board members. They can themselves discuss what they want to do with it. If they've got questions, what specific are you looking for? Because remember, the board meetings are for the board. If you're looking to do a presentation at a board meeting, then that's different. If you want an agenda item that you want the board to discuss, what is it on that agenda item you want? I mean, because basically the board is voting on it. So if you want to have a presentation for here, the best thing is to do it at a separate, not a board meeting, a meeting where board members can attend. You have to announce it and say there may be a potential for the majority of board members present at this meeting. Then it would be a different type of a meeting and not a board meeting. Okay, so people can request a presentation, a time for the presentation.
If you want to do not at a board meeting,
Right,
but separate, if you want to say, okay, is the clubhouse available on, just say November 1st? Okay, is the clubhouse available? We'd like to set up this meeting for presentation. You get the flyers. I send it out like I do for everybody else, but we have to notice it. What's your agenda, and we have to put on there a disclosure that a majority of the board, there's a potential for the majority of the board to be present, either in person or Zoom, if you're going to have a Zoom, but no board action will be taken. Okay, and that covers the board and protects them because they should be allowed to basically speak, ask questions themselves, but not be charged with having a board meeting that has been not statutorily met the requirements.
So my follow-up question to that, what is the process? Is it just notifying you to the exact board that we would like to have a scheduled board meeting with agenda items and have that before the November scheduled meeting? What's the process for accomplishing that?
You've got my question back to you. You've got a particular item you want on the agenda. Is that what you're?
Yeah, I have a particular item I'd like to actually figure out to complete the agenda. But along with that, I'm also wanting to see about getting updates on these projects before it's too late to make input on them, and before they get down to November, and then we're talking February at the end of it before we ever talk about it.
What projects are these on?
Specifically the eminent domain project.
There's no control. We have no control of what's going on.
We haven't received anything. As soon as we receive anything, I scan it and get it off to you. I mean, literally when it comes across my desk, the board sees it. Once the board has seen it, because they are the governing body here, and I'm okay, and I've been approved to release it, it gets scanned and sent to you immediately.
So the board at this time has not had anything.
We have not had any updates at all. Whatever the board has had, you have had.
We don't hold back anything. As soon as it comes in, it's passed on.
I mean, you can, whatever you want to, you're talking about you requesting, you want more, you want something else that we've given you everything we have. Board members, it's been sent.
When the eminent domain attorney got back to us last and told us what was going to happen, he said it was going to take months to get it all done before it goes, when it goes from surveyors to engineers to contractors to assessors back to him, then back to us. He said it was going to take months.
So
this project has been on the books and running for almost 6 years now. That's how slow Florida is. And they post whenever they have an open meeting, the county, they post it. Anybody can go. In the very beginning, we had a handful of people from Rolls Go. And then the subsequent meetings after that, the very last one, there was only Harold, my wife, and I. And it's public, it's published, everybody knows about it. But when you go there, there's not many questions you can ask. They just tell you what they're doing and how it's going to happen. Any other questions?
Just one final thing for me. So what's the process for me to be able to walk through the community owners group, what we're trying to accomplish, mission charter, and some of the things that we would like to help with? What's the process for me? I want to be able to tell the board, this is what we're doing, answer questions, get input. I don't need you to make any decision. I'm just looking for...
You just tell Barb when you want to have that.
All right.
And it's got to be a public meeting.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's all. So you just...
But I just don't want to wait till November, right? So if I can do it 2 weeks from now and we get a quorum, I'll do it in 2 weeks. So I just need everybody on the phone. I don't need them to be in a room.
Al, we'll talk about that later. We're not here to talk about that. We'll talk about that.
How about if Barb sends out directions to the entire community, letting us know what we need to do if we want something talked about as a whole for the community?
That's a good idea. Then we won't have to verbally do it.
Barb, you want to just send out what you told them all today? Is that good enough?
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I'm just trying to find a way forward. So I'm not trying to be a jerk about it.
Understand that a community meeting and a board meeting are two separate things. So as long as you understand the board meetings are for the business, and you can have that, we can do the community meetings, but the community meetings have to be posted if you anticipate a majority of the board members being present. It's not a board meeting. They won't be running the meeting. They'll be there sitting in the audience, and you have to have that in place. But yeah,
all right.
Together.
All right.
Basically, what you're saying, if you want to just have a meeting where you present it to the board, then we have to have a board meeting for that, and that's an open meeting.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to just present it to the people, and then bring it to the board, you can do that anytime you want.
Go ahead and put out an email to everybody so they know the difference between the two, and then add it to the website for future reference. Thank you.
Yeah, so I got it from here. So if we can do what Kathy said, that'd be cool. If you asked Barb to send it, Barb, if you could send it, that'd be fantastic. And we'll take it from there.
Okay, sounds good.
If you want to do a presentation to the board only,
Mm-hmm.
then that it would have to be open, but the board would not be discussing anything. It's strictly you would be presenting it to the board. The board would make no decisions, nothing like that.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I appreciate that.
Would be present as
got a delay here.
That's how it would run. Okay.
Yeah, that's no problem at all. I appreciate that clarification. For me, it's about communication, and then if people, I just want to get the word out and get people's feelings later. It doesn't matter. I'm not looking for a decision. So thanks for clarifying that. I just don't want to do this in a vacuum and have nobody know what's going on. So, and I'm not supposed to talk about it on this meeting. So, all right. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Is there any other comments from anybody? Board members, community members? Then I'm going to ask for a motion for an adjournment.
I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
I'll second it.
All right, then. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I call this meeting is now over.